Dear future husband, here's a little thing you like to move. Don't you hate having a song stuck? What's in your head right now?
I mean, it's always a song that my kids are walking around singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that right now?
Right now it's the song that you were singing.
Oh, it's 4 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, guys, welcome back to another episode of 4 o'clock somewhere, season 2, episode 2. And mate, we're getting straight into this. Episode 2. We've already missed a week.
It's actually started very, very both eerily.
I thought you were going to say passive aggressively,
and a little bit of frustration as well. I say eerily because have you saged your house?
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm dead serious.
No, I haven't saged my house, mate.
And I'll tell you why.
I got a candle going on in the background. Is that cute?
I'm a little. Look, I feel a chill in here. It's probably the aircon. But I only say that because what caused our beer sponsor's logo to fall down?
I would say inadequate hanging.
This is meant to be right up behind me. I swear, 5 minutes before we push record, it took a tumble.
Smashed too. I wish you didn't show it on camera then. I hope Monkey Tree doesn't see
I know.
this. We've smashed their sign. And we're going to fix it, guys. We just didn't have time to go get the nail gun right now.
So true. and then I felt a real cold breeze and then the curtains moved. I don't know. I'm just saying you should think about saging.
Mate, I just want to bring up, you're changing the topic. We missed last week's episode and I don't like it. I don't like missing a week. Episode 2 of the season as well. That's just look, it's not good enough, you know?
I know. It's not a good start. I can explain what happened.
Yeah.
But can I explain what happened?
Yeah, as a start, I'll see if I'm interested.
First of all, it broke my heart. There was nowhere in the world I wanted to be but here.
You know what? We're going to punish you first. So just before we press record, I put a video out on Facebook saying, look, guys, we missed it. Tony's at fault here and we need some punishments because I've got... we're making this rule up right now. If you're the cause of missing an episode, we're going to get punishments in a hat. You're going to have to pick one. You miss the episode, you get punished, basically. And that's the name of this segment.
No more penises in my lawn, though, please.
Look, it's not up to me. I'm leaving it to the audience.
All right, this will be interesting.
We've asked the audience, what should a punishment be? We're going to put your answers in a hat, and Tony's going to have to do one of them right now. Let's go through a quick few. Yeah. This has only been up for half an hour, but we've already got, people are wanting to see you get punished right now.
Smash me.
Yeah, and I don't blame them. I want to... 39 comments. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's read a few of them. Right. Kingy says, punishment, bro. No, letting you off the hook because I asked, do we let him off the hook or do we punish him? Kingy's saying, punish him. Make sure it's worse than what you'll give your wife.
Spanking?
Well,
a good spanking.
I'll give you a good spanking. No, we're leaving this up to you guys. Wayne says, no, Melbourne's a terrible excuse. Make Tony suffer. Yes. Okay. 2 out of 2. You're getting punished. Claude said he has to go with a shovel and dig out the letters of his name into his lawn. I like it.
First of all, what kind of name is Claude? You know,
better than Tony.
Your tone bone.
Anthony. Is it Anthony or is it Anthony?
It's Anthony.
Okay.
Well, what's Claude? Is Claude short for something?
Shouldn't you be Thony then? Like why Tony? Tony should be short for Anthony.
It's like it's Christmas time and someone with a head lip's trying to say Santa Claus. That's what it sounds like, Claude. Sorry, Claude. You want to punish me? All right. So what does he want? Did you say penis in my lawn?
Dig the letters of your name. So T-O and Y across your lawn. I don't mind that.
I don't mind. I actually like Claude. Yeah. That's a good one.
Richard says 1 spray of Satan's spit on the tongue. Unfortunately, I don't have Satan's spit here, but if we pick that out, then we're going to hold off the dare because I will order a bottle this afternoon.
Mate, I missed one podcast. It's not worth Satan's spit. I've seen your pranks with Satan's spit. I don't want to go there.
Satan's spit's pretty hectic for a missing an episode. But wax an eyebrow, Justin Hester, and this has to go in the hat because Justin Hester is one of our most valued supporters, comments on everything, supports us, one of our biggest fans. So thank you, Justin.
I thought he was one of my fans until 5 seconds ago.
It'll have to go in. Kyler McNabb, make him walk down the street in a G-string.
Oh, I'd do that in a heartbeat. I'd get a great ass.
I know you would. That's not a punishment for you. You want an excuse to do that. That's not a punishment for you. Another one for shave his eyebrows or full face waxing.
I hardly have any hair anyway.
Wax a full arm. That's all right, yeah.
Yeah,
You got some hair on your arms. We could do a wax a full arm.
that'll hurt.
Regan, a day where the boys all prank him randomly throughout. No, we got to do this right
what?
now.
All
no, you're
day?
You're getting a punishment right now.
Okay.
Okay, Tony would look great dressed up as the lady boy. Oh, and
Do I get to wear makeup?
oh, and there's another one. Okay, so Tony does the next podcast wearing a dress. Okay, so let's join them together. If this gets pulled out, if either of them get pulled out, next
Okay.
episode you're dressing up in makeup and a dress.
I don't think I've ever worn a dress. So makeup as well?
You've definitely worn a dress.
Oh, maybe.
Don't give me that.
Maybe drunk. Makeup? No, I'm all for makeup.
One chip challenge. One chip challenge. I do have one of them around here.
Okay, I've done
Wear
that
a
once
onesie
before.
for the whole show. Satan spit again. Get him to run down the street wearing the cock sock. So we got a G-string. We got a cock sock.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind the old. I'd have to have an ice bath.
I haven't washed it.
so that I could.
I haven't washed it
that
since
I
I
could
wore
fit
it.
It's very small, your cock sock. Why was it so small? Did you actually?
Well, length it's too long, but then girth it's like it strangles you.
Yeah, it's a little. You're a little dwarf, aren't you?
All right, let's see what we got. Your punishment coming right
Just
up.
trying to think which one I don't want and which one I do want.
I'm happy with any of them, to be honest.
Can I have a look in there? No. Oh.
You pull out more than one, you're doing more than one.
Okay.
How many did you get?
I've got one.
Okay.
Oh, come on, Lord. Please be the eyebrow.
What is it? What do we got? Show us to the camera.
Okay. I get to wear a dress.
Next podcast in a dress. Whose one was that?
Well, hang on. Do I get to select the dress? Do I? Because
yeah.
my wife has got a tight little number. I reckon I'd rock it, is what I'm saying. Yeah. I'd love to wear that one. But anyway, I don't care if these guys want to choose a dress.
No, I reckon a nice sundress. So is
Like
it sundress?
like-
Is that what they're called?
Oh, it's like a real nightclub. I'm going to get laid
Oh
dress.
yeah, get something glittery. Get something glittery, and we said, and I did just say we're joining the two together, so we need some makeup on that as well.
Okay.
Nah, you're doing another one. I want to do something right now. So next week, because we're not running home. So Stephen Ferris said Tony does the next podcast and wearing a dress. Thank you, Stephen. That
Steve.
is coming next week. I want to do one right now.
Thank you, Stephen.
It's not good enough. We need something for right now.
Oh,
Pick one more. You got to get punished right now. I'm not waiting till next week.
please be the G-string.
But
down
you're doing the
street.
dress next week though as well.
I'll do the dress. I don't mind.
Okay, and some makeup.
I'll wear lippy.
Shake on it. If you don't come in a dress, you don't get to have a beer.
I'll wear lippy. I don't mind it.
All right. One more.
I'm getting one that's squished up. Alrighty. Please be the cocksock.
Yeah, you want that, don't you?
Oh,
What do we got? Show it to the camera. Park to the pontoon. Yes, this is what
you want? Payback's a bitch,
Who
is
said
it?
This is funny because you've made me do this at your old house.
I loved every second of it too. Wait on. We talking your pontoon?
Right now, yeah.
Now?
You're going to start from here.
Mate, it's a mile long.
Bugged down. It's going right now. I'm going to get my phone. Let's overtake.
Do I get to throw down a few beers at least just to make that?
No, you have one sip, take off your headphones and start barking, mate. You're going straight from here.
Oh,
The camera's rolling.
what am I doing?
You're getting down on all fours and you're barking to the pontoon.
Oh,
You know exactly
God.
what you made me do at your old place?
What I got to do it from here all
Right
the
now,
way
right,
to the.
yeah. Get off your ass and let's go.
This is. I'm never missing another podcast. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, I gotta warm up.
Down you get. Oh, you're gonna hate this too. You've got a long way to go, mate. And I tell you what,
It's
I'm staying
raining.
here because it is pissing down with the rain right now.
It's rain, mate.
Well, you better be quick, mate.
It's raining. I got to
You
crawl.
better be quick. You better be quick. Come on. What are you waiting for?
What noise does a dog make?
They woof. Or they Come on, mate. You haven't even left the door. I want to hear that bark. I'm not coming with you. Come on. Go on, man. Get him, boy. Mate, you are the slowest dog in the world. You're like halfway. Keep going. Keep going. Get him, boys. Get him, boys. Get him, boys. Get him. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Ow! 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 Oh, you got the muddy patch now. You got the muddy patch. You're almost there, mate. Keep going.
I'm never missing another podcast. Oh!
That's what I want to hear. 3 more steps, mate. Come on. Yes. Good man. I cannot believe it's pissing down right now.
Who suggested that again, Steve?
I can't remember. Oh, well. Let's go do the podcast, eh? I'm getting out of the rain.
It felt like Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah. Let's get back. We'll see you back in the room. Oh, well done, mate. Well done. Yeah, that aircon can piss off now.
I'm not that fit anymore, mate.
Yeah, that was shocking, man. You were out. You could barely make it out the door. Are you okay,
mate? The closer I got to the river, the more the mud smelt like poo.
Well, probably
like poo. That was full on. You see how many little baby frogs I walked over to get there too?
Really?
Those little baby toads, yeah. Unbelievable, mate. If I break out in warts, it's on you. We made a promise at the beginning of season 1 we would not miss an episode. We promised, right? But look, in my defence, I was in Melbourne. And it was a spur of the moment thing. We had to go down there. Danny's parents went away and her grandparents, they're 90 years of age. And there really was no one as capable as Danielle really to look after the grandparents. So we all went down. We took our 3 kids and the whole bit. And we were always meant to come back on the Tuesday. On Monday, actually. We were meant to come back on the Monday. But her granddad took a tumble down the stairs.
Oh, no.
Yeah, halfway down the flight of stairs. I still can't believe he survived it as well as he did. He's cut up and bruised, but did not break a bone. So we just extended our little trip. So first of all, there's no excuse for missing a podcast. Boom. And there should be punishment. So
look, I hope Danny's granddad's all good.
No, he's all right.
But the rules are the rules.
Rules are the rules. Oh, I smell. I stink. Anyway.
Can I just bring up your barking, by the way?
What? What? No.
You looked like a dying dog. You sounded like a dying. Like, what was going on there?
Mate, can I be honest with you?
How hard is it?
I've never had to bark like a dog. As soon as I got down here, I'm thinking, what? Like,
what was the sound you were making?
Well, I'm telling you what I'm not going to do is going to go woof, woof, rough, rough. I ain't doing that. I'd rather sound like a dead chicken than woof, woof. I sound like a crow.
Run over a chihuahua or something.
Yeah. Maybe we can speed that up in a Benny Hill style.
I think you want it slowing down just to get it from down to a.
He was a bit girly.
Why do they call it woof anyway?
Yeah,
Where'd they get woof from? It's not a woof sound. Woof, woof. Oh, I guess it's more of a arr, arr.
Yeah.
It should have been like A-O-R-H. Arr.
Yeah, it's one of those weird. It's just one of those weird words. Oh, how does any word come into fruition?
Words are weird. Hey?
Yeah, they are. They are weird. That's a good example.
Even the word.
Yeah.
Word. Have you? I've spent way too much time on this in the past.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I just used to think of. You say literally any word long enough, it just becomes the weirdest word ever.
Yeah. What are those words? Like if I said it word, that sounded weird just saying it because you made it weird now.
For example, like chip. Which like a blackjack chip.
Yeah. It's just one syllable. Bam. Why? Who called it a chip?
Beer.
Oh, that makes sense. No,
beer.
That to me, that's the only word that makes.
What's some of the funniest words you know? Here's one I always loved. You ready? Bubble.
Bubble.
You say that a few times, you end up in hysterics.
Bubble.
I swear.
Bubble. At least it sounds like a bubble. Like it sounds like a bubble.
Yeah.
Bubble. Yeah, that sounds like a bubble. You know the words that get me though. The words where you go. Well, you know how you have say one. You've got one deer. You've got one deer.
Yeah.
You have 3
rhinoceros.
You have 3 deer. 3 deer.
Yeah.
You know, or
3 deers. Deer.
no deer. 1 deer, 3 deer.
So 1 beer, 3 beer?
Yeah, like what do you call them? The plural, 0 plurals, I think they're called.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
you don't put an S on the thing. They're always a bit weird. But
Yeah.
who the hell decides that?
Yeah, I know.
Are they just making it
Who
really?
decides words in general?
Or are they just out to make it really, really hard for, say, Chinese, Japanese, or anybody that speaks another language to try and learn our language?
A little mini cake. You bake a cake, right? You bake a cake that's maybe just a little bit smaller.
Just say that again. Bake a cake.
You bake a cake.
Bake.
You
Bake.
bake a cake.
Bake a cake.
But,
yeah.
you know, maybe cake was already a word. But one day someone makes a little bit smaller cake and they're like, that's not a cake. It's a muffin. It's a muffin.
Oh, see?
Who comes up with muffin?
I was about to say cupcake. Cupcake. Like what?
Muffin.
What's the difference between a muffin and a cupcake? Icing.
Is it?
Icing.
Is that what the difference is?
Yeah, but what icing? Why icing?
Maybe. Choc chip muffin. Like, say the word muffin a few times. See if it gets you.
Moist. Okay, I keep saying moist. Sorry. Muffin. I
like muffins.
Muffin.
Is it just me? Are words just weird the more you say them?
Every time you say word, it sounds weird now.
Word.
Because you set that up at
What
the
about
start.
squishy?
Yeah.
That's a bit squishy.
Oh, you want to know a word that's really weird, makes no sense? Condonkus fronkus.
That's not a word.
It is a word.
No, you've said this a few times. It's not a word.
No, it's a worm.
No, it's not.
It's a worm that lives underground. I'm telling
it's
you.
not. Prove it right now.
I'm not going back outside, mate.
No. If you can pull up a condonkus fronkus on your computer right now,
I'm surprised I didn't get bitten by one.
pull it up on your computer right now.
I will in a sec. But
If you're lying, you get another punishment. So come clean.
Yeah.
Come clean.
Well, my dad told me it was a worm. So, I don't know. Dad, if you're watching, send in some proof, would you?
Frog.
Frog. Yeah.
I'm going to struggle this podcast now. any words are just weird, man.
Yeah, sniff.
Just
It's a weird sniff.
shit. You got me.
Yeah. I know. Sniff.
just sniff.
Yeah.
Sneeze.
Did you just? Yeah.
Oh. Anyway. Sniff is my new favourite word.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I remember there was a word I learnt when I was about 19, and I thought it was the weirdest word I'd ever heard. And I didn't know what it was. Jizz. Right? That's a word.
That one makes sense. It's kind of visual too. It's like jizz.
It didn't when I was 18.
It looks like jizz.
But it soon became apparent that it.
Anyway, let's switch gears. Let's get serious because I've had a lot going on around the house, Tony.
Yeah.
You know, with insurance people coming around, different assessors and all that. Last week, there was like 3 people coming in one day. There was like some restorers, some people putting in fans and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, there was electricians, people coming. 3 of them had come in and out throughout the day, and doorbells just currently going off, people wanting to come through the front gate. And then at one point, the doorbell rings again. I'm down here in the middle of talking to an electrician. Doorbell goes off. It pops up on my phone where I can see who's there. There's fans and shit going on down here. This other guy's on the phone. I can barely hear what this guy's saying out of the speaker box. I can see him on the camera, and he kind of was like dressed like a Sparky, you know, long sleeve shirt. And he looked a bit like a Sparky. And I was just like, oh, mate, I can't hear you. I just unlocked the gate and said, I'll just unlock it and I'll meet you up on the driveway. So I did that. Go outside, meet him up on the driveway. Turns out it's a council worker.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
like, okay. Yeah. And he's like, hey, mate, just here to check out your septic system because we're on septic tanks here. And we've actually got there was already someone booked to come service the thing because these things you've got to get serviced every 3 months or whatever. We've only been here a couple of months and we're still figuring stuff out. But we got a letter in the mail on the 14th of March. The 14th of March, we know that because this is the date that we booked it in. We got a letter in the mail just from the septic company that used to work on this, just saying, hey guys, we used to work on this property on your septic. We used to do the servicing. And if you, just so you know, it is now overdue. So if you wanted to use us, feel free to give us a call and book in. So we did that on the spot. Booked in. This is directly after the cyclone, so it was like a good couple of weeks wait. They're now, they were supposed to come yesterday. They didn't show up. Weird. But anyway, either way, so this guy walks in and he's like, yeah, here to check your septic. And I saw the Gold Coast Council sign on his shirt. I'm like, wait, are you here? Are you the guy that's here servicing? Because we've got someone coming in the next couple of days to service, apparently. He's like, no, I don't. I'm not here to service. We just check them out, kind of thing. Make sure they're all compliant and all this. I was like, okay. And anyway, yeah, because he could see in his system that it was overdue. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, I did notice it was overdue. I'm just like, as soon as he said that, I'm like, I wish I didn't let this guy in right now. Is he here to try pin me on something or what?
I was going to say, did you let the vampire into your house?
Well, he was already here. I had already let him in. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't hear him on the speaker, so I let him in and met him halfway up the yard.
Yep.
And by that stage, he's already on my property. He's like, oh, so do you... Can I have I'll just be quick. I'll just go have a quick look. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. And sort of told him, yeah, we've got someone booked that's coming out. And told him we've only been here a couple of months and whatnot. So thought he'd be understanding of that. But he ends up being here for like an hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
And immediately, as soon as he was in here, it was too late.
Just to check your septic.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was sus on him. I'm just like, this is just weird. I really wish I hadn't allowed this guy on my property.
Yeah.
And so I was sort of just in the house. I was watching him the whole time. And yes, he did some stuff down at the septic and whatever.
Did he take a sniff down there? Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But he ends up sitting in the driveway in his car doing some stuff on computer for a bit, and I'm just sort of watching out the window because he's now been here for a while, and I'm watching him. He ends up looking up behind our big shed and down the side of the house. I'm like,
yes,
this is not septic. Like, what are you doing? At that point, I'm just watching. I'm like, what are you doing here? With this, I really wish I didn't let this guy on. And by the way, guys, I looked this up afterwards. If you ever get a council worker knock on your door, don't let them in. They've got to give you 7 days notice, unless they can knock and ask. If they ever knock and ask, say no. Because now, here we are.
You've been served.
A week later, and we've been sent a letter in the mail. We don't have a fine here yet, but the gist of this is we've got a bunch of breaches apparently, and I explained this stuff like, yes, the septic is overdue by about a month to be serviced. It's already booked in, mate. The cyclone's been, and these guys are backed up, so that's not. And he was understanding on the spot, but he decides to still send this stuff out anyway.
Now, you let him know that you've only been here a couple of months, you booked a company in to come and have a look, and he knew that before.
Yeah, he was well aware. And then he's picked up little things as well. So the sprinkler part wasn't clamped onto the end of the hose, at the end of the hose that comes out of the septic thing.
The sprinkler at the end of the hose isn't clipped on.
Yeah.
He could have done it when he was down there.
Exactly. And as he's leaving, he comes to the front door and just says, you'll just get a notice of a few things to do. I'm like, what stuff was there to do? And he said, the sprinkler needs to be attached. I'm like, mate, I can walk down there now and do it if you want.
This is the problem. You know, these guys, if you knew them to be optimistic, they're going to come on, they're not out to find fault. They're out there to give you a hand and go, you know what? But they don't. They come on here, the glass is half empty. They're looking for shit, right?
You do the right thing. You think you do the right thing by letting them come on, and then they're just there to try pin you on shit.
Yeah.
So don't ever let them in, guys, because, we've got this thing. We've now we've now got to send them a letter telling them why we shouldn't be fined. I'm like, mate, I've already explained to the guy on the spot exactly the situation, why this.
But can I tell you, they're not that dissimilar to parking attendants, because they have to show that they're out there doing something, right? So their office ticks it off. Okay, well, on that day they were working because they issued a warning and possibly may grow to a fine. Like they have to sort of show that they're worth, I guess.
But I just don't get why we're getting this when he was already explained on the spot. But now we've got to send a written letter into the council telling them why we shouldn't be fined and get served an enforcement notice from council. I'm like, as soon as he left, I was waiting for this. I'm like, I cannot believe I've let this dude on, and he's just trying to pin me on shit now.
And now you're sitting here with regret because you should never have let them on your property in the first place. But I guess most people would. They don't really know that they need to give
I wish he
7
came
days
on
notice.
any other day apart from the day that I had like all these different people in and out because I was just like, yeah, whoever needs to be here, just let everyone on. I didn't insurance organisers all that, and I'm just getting people rock up. And so yeah, any other day if no one else came, I could have like spoken on the intercom properly and known who he was, and I would have said no, but it was too late by the time I let him in. So guys, I just want to say, like, if council workers knock on your door asking if they can come in on the spot, say no, because you have a right. They've got to give you at least 7 days notice if you say no. So, but they are there to do nothing but to try fine you. So, piss off.
Yeah, excuse me, is your name Jashan Prasad? I don't answer questions.
Yeah.
I don't answer questions.
Depends who's asking.
Why are you wearing a G-string? We're doing a podcast.
Is that illegal?
Yeah, I tell you what, it'd be a great job to have though.
Oh.
I'd love to go around to properties in, say in estates like this and just say, mate, how's your septic? Can I check it out? Can I have a look? Can I have a sniff? Can I feel it out?
Stop saying the word sniff. It's the word of the episode.
It's the word of the day. Anyway.
Maybe just a cheers and I'll feel better.
Yeah, come here, mate. Touch me.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. I'm still soaking wet, by the way. Hey, can I tell you what I did while I was in Melbourne? And it might help your situation. You know how your councilman, he's obviously caused you stress. You're feeling a bit stressed.
No, there's less stress, more just want to punch him in the face.
Yeah. Give him a smack.
That'll fix
Violence is never the answer.
Agree to disagree.
A Samoan slap is allowed though, because that's like giving someone an uppercut and then a hug at the same time. You go, mate, well, come here.
It's like in a warm, loving way you get slapped.
Well, can I tell you? There's something that I've tried. I tried it when I was in Melbourne, and it's the first time I've ever done acupuncture.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
And
anyway.
so I had a really bad headache, and back on my neck because I've been painting the ceiling. I did like 5 days of.
5 days of this will get you, mate.
5 days of that, and my neck. Oh, so I went to.
You don't help yourself sometimes, eh? You do the weirdest hand action. Yeah, I was painting.
Well, I was doing the ceiling, and
yeah, I was doing the ceiling.
Yeah. I was referred to go to a Chinese guy. Highly recommended. Has a whole lot of little numbers and letters after his name. He's fantastic. He laid me down. He felt the pulse on both arms. I know.
Go on, you're going to have to fix this story real fast.
Gets weird. No, he measured my pulse on both arms, had me stick out my tongue, and he looked at it and really, really looked at it. I know where you think it's going. It's not going there. I had hopes, but it didn't go there. And he looked at my tongue for 15 seconds, and he was looking at the colour of my tongue, and it was such a purple that he said that I am lacking energy. I'm lacking chi. And I went, all right, no worries.
I could see that by your barking efforts, man.
Yeah. So
what'd you say? Chi or cheese?
Chi.
You're like, I thought you said you're lacking cheese.
Yeah, chi. So I went and.
What's chi?
That's another crazy word, cheese. Why do we call it cheese? Cheese. Cheezels. I'm still back at cheese. Cheese.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's chi?
It's energy. Chinese word for energy.
Oh, okay.
Get up and go. So he prescribed me these herbs, and then he took me into another room, laid me down, and started putting needles in the back of my neck. And if you back of my neck,
like acupuncture.
Acupuncture.
Okay, yeah.
So sore, like sore to touch.
Does it hurt doing it?
Well,
I've heard it doesn't really hurt.
Well, he put one needle in there, and I'm telling you, I felt something go up those arms. It was weird. Then he put one in my ankle each, and I felt something tingling around my feet, and then he put about 8 in around this sore area.
Yeah. I've never done it before. Right?
Oh, it's amazing.
Does it hurt? Or just tingling?
You feel a little bit of a pinch, but it doesn't really hurt.
Yeah.
But my headache went away. My
immediately?
almost instantaneous. By the end of the 30 minute session, headache was gone.
Was it a hangover headache or what?
No, just possibly. I can't remember. It was a week ago. I don't know. The headache was gone, and my muscles were but also I was a little bit stressed when I went in there. You know, we had a lot on down there, and just the tension that it released in my body. Like I walked out of there a different guy. So I'm just thought I'd mention it. If anyone's never had acupuncture,
go get some chi.
Go get some cheese and get some chi in here because it changed my day.
Yeah, okay. Was that the first time you've done it?
Very first time I did it.
Okay. Yeah, I've never done it.
Yeah.
See, I'm skeptical about some stuff. I was like, what's this prodding me with a few little needles going to do?
Yeah, but so that was all part of the trip to Melbourne, and so I just thought I'd mention it, mate, because maybe you should consider it. I'd do it for you.
I still like the idea of just getting the boxing gloves on and throwing him a fist or two.
I don't know, man.
Okay, I'll do it.
I'd love to be a council worker.
Nah.
I would. I would be one of the good dudes. I'd come in and go, you know what? There's a few things wrong here, but you know what? Don't worry about it. It's all good.
That's why you wouldn't get the job.
It would, but you
See, like he was nice. He acted nice here. But as soon as he left, he's like, yeah, you'll just receive a notice of a few things to do. I'm just like, well, what things need doing? I've told you, the service is getting done. What else needs doing? He's like, the hose and the sprinkler. I'm like, do you want me to run down there and do that now? He's like, I won't get you to do that if you just do it and send us 3 photos and stuff. I'm just like,
no,
whatever, mate.
It's like police, they have their quotas.
Yeah.
It's like parking attendants or parking meter dudes. These guys are the same.
As soon as he drove off, I said, if we end up with a fine in the mail for this, I'm going to... Oh. But no, we've just got to fight for why we shouldn't get a fine.
Yeah, well, I got something similar in the mail. It's like that electoral... We didn't vote end of last year. We've just been sent a fine, my wife and I. But we had
How much was that?
$80.
$80 for not voting. When isn't voting supposed to be a privilege?
Yeah, well, they say we have to ride in and give a good excuse, and we definitely would have had something on that day.
Yeah.
It'll come to me. Would have been something very, very important why
Absolutely,
we didn't vote. But I'm just thinking,
acupuncture, cheese.
You know, if
you're getting some cheese.
If people don't want to vote because there's just a whole bunch of clowns, why should we be forced and then punished afterwards?
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, it's hard enough to live now, let alone $80 out of anyone's pocket's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's still 2 cartons of grog, you know.
Anyway, let's not get political.
Yeah.
Let's not do that today. Let's talk about Snow White.
Oh, that's political in a way.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
I don't know. I just wanted to press a button. I can't remember where.
Oh, this makes me cry.
Yeah, Snow White has been a flop, eh?
Oh, my God.
The Disney saga, man, this has been the news of the last 2 weeks. I'm sick of it. I don't like watching it, to be honest.
Look, let's be honest.
She's pissing me off.
Yeah,
she's digging her grave.
She is possibly the most annoying, what would you call it, Gen Z? That's the problem with some of the Gen Zs, right? They have this mild narcissism. They come across as if they're the only person on the planet and their opinion matters and nobody else's does. And that's certainly how she comes across. In fact, she's terribly annoying to watch, give interviews. Yeah. But, mate, I talk about...
Well, let's start at the start. Like, what's been the gist of this? Like, if you guys don't know, so Snow White, the remade movie, the original one was made in, 1937?
Well, look, I'll tell you this. It's very special to me because, and I'll go so far as to say she's ruined my childhood. Totally ruined it.
Who, Snow White, or the actress?
This young.
What's her name again? Rachel Zegler or something.
Rachel Zegler. She's totally torn my childhood apart. I remember going to see Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in Dolby, and it was a live play. My grandmother took me there, and it blew my mind. Right, blew my mind. And then after that, we had books on Snow White. It's just the most beautiful story.
She was the fairest of them all.
Yeah, and the prince pursued her because he was in love and besotted her because she was just stunning.
Yeah.
And that was.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched the movie yet, but I've seen the backlash of it. It sounds like they've tried to change the movie. Is that? Have you seen it?
Well, the original is just beautiful, right?
I've seen the original.
And then the dwarves, they all have their little things, and they're all cute and bubbly, and then they help them get together, and the whole thing. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Bubble.
Bubbly bubble. Yeah.
Yeah, she comes along. Now, they shot this movie a couple of years ago. I think Disney spent $270 million on it, so it's a huge budget.
Yeah,
I think it's like
the big budget one.
Third biggest budget or something like that.
Of all films?
Of Disney films, I believe.
No way.
Huge, absolutely huge. Yet, when she started promoting the movie, she, with all of her wokeness, is instead of supporting the past, the original Snow White, and all of those that fell in love with it, all of which are now 50, 60, 70 years of age, 40 years of age, 80, 90 years of age. She's totally alienated them and turned this into this woke thing. Now the whole film seems to be very woke, but just you talk about promoting a film and destroying it. She has done it in spades. And if you look, you'd need to be under a rock to not see some of the promotion that she's been putting out that's just toxic, right?
Yeah, well, look at some of these interviews. What do we got?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
So you're shitting on the original movie that you're remaking, but you want to change the story. Just make a new movie. That's what I'm saying.
You just make a new movie. Yep.
Yeah, the way they sang it though, it's like she's not going to be saved by a prince and all. So it's almost like it is a direct attack on guys.
It's a direct attack on anyone that loved the original Snow White. And let's face it, it's one of the most popular Disney movies of all time. Yet in one fell swoop, she's just been smashing it and alienating people, and hence it's really bombed at the box office. But it's not just her woke agenda. What makes me laugh too though is like Disney, they went totally woke, quite a few years ago, during COVID and all that period. Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, where's Disney? That they've let this.
Well, that's what you got to think. Like, surely it's not this actress. She's just an actress, right? Well, she's copping all the is it her or is it Disney in general?
Well,
the way she's talking though,
it's definitely her.
Yeah,
and Disney has to bear some responsibility as well. I mean, they've 100%.
invested. They're the ones that have made this change. It wouldn't be up to the actress if the movie's being changed.
Well, they've invested hundreds of millions of dollars. There's probably thousands of people that have given their time, passion, effort into developing something that A, pays their wages, B, something they're passionate about and they want to share with the world. And in one little, in quite a few interview moments, this young lady thinks she's being quite a feminist, little narcissistic little thing, is single-handedly destroyed the Snow White franchise. And one of the main reasons it's bombed at the box office. Yet, where was Disney? I know that there was a message sent to the son of the guy that's heading all these, the Disney franchise, and the son spoke up very, very well. In fact, we might put it down here just for people to read. But
just make a new movie. Make a new movie that represents what you want to represent. Why ruin what's obviously been a successful classic for a reason?
Well, it sounds like a recipe for disaster, the whole movie. I guess there's some movies that seem to be absolutely blessed from the day they start shooting to the day of release, and it just happens to be that way. And I guess there's some movies that just seem to be cursed, depending on this, that and the other. I mean, she has absolutely been a problem and continues to be a problem where they don't even put her and that Gal Gadot
I was about to say this.
In the same room.
Yeah, but not only that. This is their biggest mess up of all. Like, forget the woke stuff. Gal Gadot plays the evil witch who wants to be the fairest of them all and wants to... Yeah. Gal Gadot is way better than this Rachel.
And way taller.
I'm not too phased on being tall.
Sorry, mate. Don't know why I was looking at you when I said that.
Gal Gadot is way better looking than this Rachel, and they're making Gal Gadot play the evil witch and wants to be the better looking one.
What? Doesn't make sense when she's looking into the mirror going, who's the most beautiful one of all? And the mirror goes, not you, ugly. It doesn't make any sense. The other thing that doesn't make sense is Snow White's meant to be Snow White. White.
Oh, yeah.
Lily White.
Well, where's she from? Where's this girl from?
Oh, anywhere but Whiteville. Golden skin.
Yeah. Well, she looks like, I don't know. She looks... Is she Middle Eastern?
She could look anything, mate.
Yeah.
But let's face it.
Oh, look, she's a cute girl. Well, like, let's not go past it. But the fairest of them all, you could definitely get... Who's the fairest actress?
Sydney Sweeney should have...
my favourite.
Can I tell you, that would have boosted sales, male ticket sales by...
Sydney Sweeney would have nailed it.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
She's my favourite actress at the moment, I think.
I think you need...
Someone about her, eh?
And but Snow White has... She's got boob. We need a boobalicious lady.
Yeah, and... Yeah, well, Sydney Sweeney isn't afraid to show some boobs.
No, she's got beautiful natural teardrop boobs, like natural ones.
Yeah, she gets them out plenty in movies.
Long cleavage, like really natural.
Yep.
And,
tell me more. Yeah.
I know, and her really big areolas. I don't know where I'm going with that. But Sydney Sweeney would be my choice. Stunning, perfect choice.
We're swooning over Sweeney's areolas.
And then the Wicked Witch be somebody but ugly, right? So, but...
Can we make a new segment, just swooning over Sweeney?
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Swooning over Sweeney, and every week we just come up with a new picture of Sweeney.
Sniffing over Sydney. The other thing is too. Well, the other
Sydney Sweeney. Let's see the first photo that pops up.
yeah, bring it up.
See, that's Snow White. That is Snow White right there. Sydney Sweeney. Let's swoon over Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, look, see, yeah, everything about that is just natural,
Perfect.
beautiful.
She's
But-
my Snow White.
But can she sing? Rachel,
I don't care.
who cares?
I don't care.
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Yeah, I know. But yeah, no. Look, Rachel Zegler. I'll give her her uppance, cuppance. She can sing.
Let's. I reckon we all just vote for another Snow White remake with Sydney Sweeney.
But then then they get so that you've got the two leads. One is pro-Palestine.
Maybe Sydney Sweeney can be an Elsa.
She'd be gorgeous, Elsa. She'd be perfect, Elsa. Actually, she's big, wide. Her eyes are wide apart.
Disney, if you're listening. Oh, Walt, if you're listening right now, mate.
Yeah,
Here is your Elsa.
yeah.
That's perfect, Elsa.
That's a beautiful dress.
Swooning over Sweeney.
That's a beautiful dress.
It's guaranteed being a segment.
I'll wear that next show.
Swooning over Sweeney.
Can I wear that dress? I have to still wear the dress, right?
Sydney Sweeney, Elsa.
Sydney.
Anyway, I'm empty. Let's take a quick break. And guys, while we're up and grabbing a beer, thank you to the sponsor of this episode, Monkey Tree Brewing, sponsor of this episode, but also sponsor of this season, sponsor of this podcast. Monkey Tree Brewing. Guys, get some beer into your house. These guys do beers on tap. Get a Monkey Tree Brewing tap in your house. Massive selection of beers.
Don't forget, we've had the privilege of tasting their sports drinks or their
Spirits. I don't know why you call them sports drinks.
I don't know why
I don't think they
either.
even call them sports drinks.
I don't know.
But sure.
Yeah.
They're spirits.
Their spirits, yeah.
Which one? The lemon lime bitters. If you like lemon lime bitters, get a 6% lemon lime bitters into you.
I was going to say the grapey one, truly incredible. And also their ciders, amazing. Get out there and taste it.
Check them out. Link will be in description. You know what? People don't actually know about this. I'm carless at the moment. I got rid of the Gladiator.
I know. It broke my heart.
I don't think I've ever even said it in content.
Yeah,
yet.
the Rubicon.
I don't have my Gladiator at the moment. I sold the Jeep right before we moved in here because this house was a very last minute purchase. Well, like extremely fast turnaround. We put an offer in and then 2 weeks later we were settling and just needed a little bit more money and I didn't really want to sell any. I have a lot of crypto investments and long story short, I didn't want to sell my crypto. I was just like, sell crypto, pay capital gains and lose that money in taxes or just sell the car and take the money.
You didn't want to
save
borrow
the
the
tax.
money off me because you knew I would have charged you a shitload in interest.
Yeah, you would have charged interest. If I sell other assets, I got to pay tax. I was like, yeah, sell the car, don't have to pay any tax, claim a loss on it. So I quickly sold the car, and so I haven't had my Gladiator since we've been here, but now I've been looking around.
What are you thinking?
Another Gladiator.
Oh,
Nah.
no.
The 20 because they haven't had a new Gladiator out since my model. That for the last
What's
2023 was the last model they had.
Okay.
They didn't do a 2024, and 2025 is looking like it should come out. And the reason they haven't is because they're making some changes.
Okay.
And they're good changes too.
I love the car, by the way.
Yeah.
In fact, it'd probably be the car that I will get next would be the Rubicon. I think it's fantastic. But what are you thinking then?
Yeah, well, the 2025 was it apparently is coming out this year at some point. So if I'm going to get one, I've sort of been holding out for the 2025 one. But yeah, it's like a hybrid version, more power in it and stuff, which is one thing it needed because its tow capacity wasn't the greatest. But that's being fixed. But I don't know how soon it's coming out. I'm getting impatient.
There's some big trucks available to you.
Yeah, well, I've started to now look at other options.
What?
Didn't think I was going to go anything about. I love the Gladiators. Love Gladiators.
You
But
thinking
now
like you thinking the big American trucks? Are you?
I've had a quick little glimpse into the world of the Rams and the Silverados and stuff. I always liked them, but I always thought, they're too big for me. I don't need that. But I don't know. Time's been going on, and I saw one. I was driving behind a Ram yesterday. I was just like, and it was looking good. I was just like, damn, I like that. Hey,
Well, if you're going to get a Ram, I think it's the TRX, is it?
yeah, I haven't even looked too far.
They're
Yeah.
special, but they're not cheap.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, but you get a lot of car. Okay.
But the Silverados, I didn't mind them too. The Silverados look, yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Does anyone here have a Ram or a Silverado?
Interesting, mate. You're going to create a war because
Those two have
between your Ram buyers and your Silverado.
Oh, do they clash? Do they?
Well, no, I wouldn't say clash, but I'm sure that those that buy the Silverado have reasons not to.
Yeah,
strong reasons why they didn't want the Ram.
I would like to hear those reasons.
Yeah,
I want to hear those reasons. So Ram drivers, Silverado drivers, put down below. Should I get it? Do you like them? Have you had any things like, well, what should I do here?
I've never.
Or do I just hold out for the Gladiator?
Yeah. Get all your ducks in a row. I've got mates that both. I've been, obviously just sat in a Ram. I've sat in the Silverado. They never get out of first gear. Those big cars. They're quite amazing. They're big. They're big beasts. But are you going to wrap it? Are you going to go?
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always wanted to do that to the Gladiator, do it up a bit, but then just never got around to it. It ended up half blue for a while, and then it took ages to get that paint off, and then ended up selling it.
What color would you wrap it? Would you print it?
I don't want to. I kind of want to do like a custom sort of artwork kind of one, just something really unique. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't. I've got a few ideas, but I won't say it yet.
See, the thing is, you can do whatever you like. You have one child.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, you have one child. Well, I'm talking as a family unit. You have one child. You're not far away from your second. We have 3 kids, and my wife.
Do you know something I don't know?
Yeah. Well.
Wait. Do you know something I don't know?
Maybe. My wife is hounding.
No, Cassie's not pregnant. God, you're about to cause a stir just then.
I know. My wife is hounding me for a 4th. Now, even with 3, we had a 7-seater. We had the Sahara Toyota, big, beautiful car, V8, the whole bit. The wife wanted something new because it was a 15 model.
Yeah.
But I loved it. Towed everything. It was just, we sold it so that she could get a Chinese Tank 300.
Tank 300.
And
have you liked that thing?
No,
what do you think about the Chinese vehicles? Because they're coming in cheap.
It's an amazing car, but it's not a 7-seater and it's not a V8. But it's great. It's great. But
was it you that was telling me that all these Chinese vehicles, how they're so cheap, and people are like, how can they be that cheap? And they're actually taking massive losses on these. They've got massive investors, and they're getting government incentives to sell these cheap, to basically take over the markets.
That's right. I mean, our car has 7-year warranty. It has 7-year cap servicing, 7-year roadside assist. So it was that. We just thought, we'll get it. But it really has become a regret because the car basically isn't big enough for us. So we're also looking for a 7-seater.
Oh, okay.
It may go Chinese. Those Haval H9s aren't too bad, but I don't know. I couldn't justify a $100,000 car anymore. I just couldn't, no matter what.
You know what's crazy? It's if you want a brand new
Actually,
car,
it's over 100.
You're pushing it every single time anyway, unless you're getting a little Mazda 3 or something. Man, the cost of cars has skyrocketed.
Yeah, but the Chinese ones are mate, there's, what is it, the LDY, is it?
LDVs?
LDV.
Yeah.
Mate, 40 grand, brand new, 7-seaters, 40 starting at 40.
Yeah.
50 decked out.
But do you know that's why these cars are so cheap? Because their governments are basically subsidising them because these cars are sold at a massive loss. And the government subsidises it basically just to get the cars out there to the world.
That's true.
Make them trusted brands, and then they can bump up the prices, and they're all of a sudden competing.
I have heard things like that, and I'm still struggling, and I'd love to hear, our listeners' points of view on this. I still can't go electric, and I'm not anti-electric, and nor am I anti-Tesla. I'd love a Tesla. But I just still
None of the Teslas excite me apart from the Cybertruck.
Yeah, I still love the sound of an engine. I want a V8. I just maybe for the next few years anyway, I'll see where I'm sitting. But yeah, well, good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck to you.
I think that if you're going to go Ram...
good luck, man.
Good luck. Thanks, bro. TRX Ram.
Wait, can we rewind?
Yeah.
You sort of skimmed over it. Oh, the wife, another kid. So we're going to get another car. What?
Well, I'll tell you.
Kid.
No, I'm going to
Number
tell
4.
you. Well, when we were in Melbourne, you know how I missed the podcast because I was in Melbourne. The wife went to a psychic, a clairvoyant.
Oh, no.
And the clairvoyant told her that we're going to have twins. Oh, fuck, shit you not. We're going to have twins.
You better stop having sex immediately, dude.
Yeah. That's not going to happen, but it's twins. I'm not joking.
Okay, let's talk about psychics.
And
can you trust a psychic?
Well, she wrote... This one was a woman that you just gave her your name. She didn't ask you questions.
No questions, no nothing. No information.
I might even put up...
Did you give him your Facebook page
I'll put up the sheets.
A month in advance where she does all her research or what?
No, just give you your name and she just writes. And she was getting names.
What do you mean just writes? So run me through this. I've never been to a psychic. I've always been... I'm the most, skeptical when it comes to this sort of stuff.
You and I both. Like, especially the ones
But
that
run me
will
through it.
ask
You walk in, you give her your name and say nothing more. My name is Jashan, and she'll start writing.
Yeah. Well, she won't, and I'm like you. I'm skeptical. I was saying to Danny, look, was she asking you questions, trying to get more out of you? And Danny
So
said,
you weren't there?
I wasn't there.
Okay.
But she goes, not really. They had chit chat together, but it wasn't where she was trying to draw more out of Danny. She would just come up with, and she'd write it down. She'd go, that's going to happen. And then maybe they discussed it. But she was getting names right. She was getting...
names?
Yeah.
Run me through the names. Are these just like any old names? Like
there was
Paul,
there was
Johnny.
before,
like any old names that are the most popular. Jess.
So my wife and I have been together for 15 years.
Yeah.
Before me, she was in a 3-year relationship with a guy. His name was Rob. He was a heavy alcoholic.
Okay.
Heavy.
Okay.
A bottle of scotch a day minimum.
Yeah.
Big on the fags too, but he was a big drinker. He and didn't always do the right thing. He was a bit of a playboy, I guess.
Is this the one you told us about last time, where you stole Danny from this guy, basically?
Well, he
didn't do the right thing. You said that last time. Is this guy?
Yeah. Well,
this guy. Same dude.
Same guy.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. Absolutely didn't. He put his hand. You don't put your hands on a woman. That happened. Danny called me. We were friends. I said, get on a plane, come up to Queensland. And we got together and we both broke up with our partners at the time. But anyway, he was a South African guy and he was over here because of Danielle. So Danny was his sponsor as well. Like, he was a big ballroom dancer and everything else. Well, because of their breakup, he eventually got deported and lived his years over in South Africa. Well, he turns out, very, very sad situation. He passed away about, I think, a year ago, we found out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Through, kidney problems and things like that. And so it was all very, very sad. But anyway, he came up in the reading. And she just wrote down, she said...
Wait, he came up?
Yeah.
What do you mean? How, like...
Well, the clairvoyant basically said to Danny, oh, by the way, Rob said to say that he's sorry. And she just wrote his name and put a love heart on the bit of paper. I kid you not.
And a love heart.
And then moved on from the conversation. So she didn't...
What? That's spooky.
She didn't ask for validation. She didn't say, is there a Rob? She just said, oh, by the way, Rob said to say that he is sorry. She wrote Rob and a heart. So I've read the notes. I've seen the notes.
That's spooky.
Because I said to Danny, did she elaborate on it? And she goes, no, she just basically moved on. She just stated it and moved on. And
you just said, what Rob say? What Rob say?
Yeah, that'd be right. Yeah, but anyway, it's,
rest in peace, Rob. But that's spooky, man.
Kind of, yeah. And there was some other things.
And nothing. Like, there was nothing that hinted of...
No, because I'm all over it. Because I try to sniff all that stuff out. There was a lot of stuff.
See, my immediate thought is like, is Rob too popular of a name? Everyone knows a Rob.
I like the way that she moved on. She didn't bring it up. She didn't say, do you know a Rob? Because I said, did you carry on about it? She goes, no. She just said, oh, by the way, Rob said to say he's sorry. Rob.
And he wants you back once you get to heaven. Because Tony ain't going there, baby.
Yeah, that's okay. We can part ways in heaven. I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Wow, okay. What else come up here? Twins?
Yeah. What
Rob?
Could be, but we'll have to call one Rob now. One will be Rob, even if it's a girl. We'll call it Rob.
Robin.
Robbo. Robert. But so you never know, mate. So anyway, this all leads toward us. We already need a 7-seater. We've realised we made a big mistake.
So this psychics made you get a 7-seater?
No, we realised that before. We need it with 3 kids.
Is she secretly a car salesperson? You're having twins. You're going to need a bigger car. By the way, I've got this Aval.
Well, if she's telling the truth and we have twins, we're not going to need a 7-seater. We'll need like a Kia Carnival. We'll need a people mover.
Yeah, fully. Twins now, you've got 3. That'll be 5. That's 7. You need a minibus.
I need a minibus.
You need a 12er.
Yeah.
If you want to go to the airport and pack everyone's suitcase, you need a 12-seater.
And you know what? My wife's father's a twin. So it's happening. It's happening. Oh my God. Well, I guess the question is, I'd like to know what our listeners' thoughts are on this. If you had twins, would you want identical twins of the same sex? Would you want almost identical? Well, would you want them completely, a girl and a boy, completely different? No matter what, they're going to be connected.
I don't know. I've never really thought of that. I don't think I'd care. Well,
I don't. I don't think I'd care.
Identical?
But if I had the choice, I think. No, I think
I always wanted hot identical twins, not as my kids, but yeah, just in general.
I don't know. But now I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking twins. My wife is over the moon about it. She wants twins.
She wants twins. Yeah. Man, 5 kids. That's 6 for you.
Yeah.
Wow. What causes twins? Is it one? It's 2 eggs that come out at the same time, is it?
Yeah, it splits an egg.
Or it splits an egg.
Splits an egg twice as many times as it normally does. I don't know, mate.
Is it like 2 eggs get released at the same time?
Well, there's the sperm, right? You got the sperm swimming.
Yeah, I get there's
you got the
millions of
winner. So the winner wins.
Yeah.
Fertilizes the egg, and the egg.
Yeah.
So obviously,
but 1 egg equals 1 kid, so it must mean 2 eggs come out at the same time. Oh, we're going to look dumb discussing this, but like
Real
I
dumb.
am curious. If I'm curious, I'm sure there's at least someone else.
I have
say
no
that.
idea. Yeah.
What causes twins? What the hell causes twins?
Well, love and lust.
Oh, I've just opened my computer and I'm swooning over Sweeney again.
Oh, swoon over Sweeney. You know what? I think you're onto something. I think she would make an amazing Elsa.
Oh, she's the next Elsa. We're going to speak this into existence. Could you imagine?
That's a great idea.
Could you imagine? We speak enough about this. Sweeney ends up seeing it. Maybe one day she reposts it, and then Disney ends up seeing it.
It fucking happens.
When they actually make the Elsa movie at some point, I'm sure they're going to make a Frozen movie. It's been their most successful one.
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney becomes Elsa.
And
let's do it.
And then somehow we get tied up into it, and they fly us over there, and they put us up in a Disney hotel.
And we'd have the receipts. We'd be like on February 2nd. April 2nd, 2025.
Yeah.
We spoke about this moment. We'll have the receipts. We'll pull up the clips.
Yeah.
Oh, it's happening.
We should put it up on our vision board, actually.
Swooning over Sweeney and she becomes Elsa. What was I going to say? What causes twins? Twins occur when 2 separate eggs are fertilized. I was right. See, I am
2
smart.
separate eggs.
2 separate eggs. When a single fertilized egg splits into 2 embryos, it creates identical twins. There you go.
Wow.
So an egg can split into 2.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That is crazy.
What causes conjoined twins?
Conjoined? Oh, they just don't want to be apart, mate. They still happen, right? That's a pretty cool thing.
Conjoined twins to form when a single fertilized egg partially splits during early development, leading to the twins remaining joined at some point, so the egg doesn't completely split.
Okay.
Wow. I see. I felt dumb at the start, but now I feel like we've educated some people.
Yeah, for sure.
I reckon on that note we end it.
Yeah, why
We've
not?
saved some lives. We've educated the people. We've got people swooning over Sweeney.
We've saved lives and we're starting lives.
Let's wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed, guys. We'll see you next week. Sweeney.
Sweeney.
Sweet.
You wouldn't want to have a lisp in that family, would you?
Sweeney.